Wow, what a beautiful and seamless cover for the fact that I was doing things. Uh, all right, I'm done. Let's go. Yeah. Let's just Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. It's a video game created by. Wait. Whoops. That exits the game. Okay. Fun story. When you press exit game, it just closes it entirely. Uh, Today we learned that reading is important. Today we learned that for some reason Sonic Adventure 2 doesn't open if you like tab to another window. That's not true. I learned that a long time ago. It's really annoying. Hello? Oh, there we go. That worked. At least not when it's booting up. Hi, Galaxy Wolf. I see all. Yeah. Hey, hi, hello, Spyco4596. Welcome to this. I got not very much sleep last night. That's how it is. Alright, back. Wait. What? Okay, so once you enter a file, you can't go back to the file select screen. I literally was trying to just go back to the file select screen because saw something that I thought was weird, and it's like, nope, nope, can't do it. Time for Egg Robo Adventure 2, my favorite GameCube game. It's true, but we're actually playing this on Hot Water Vapor, the web, the thing. So, it's none of the game squared there. Oh, it says 177. I thought it said 17%, and I was gonna be like 17% and like destroy something. Oh, it's you, Carbine. Oh yeah, I kind of suspected, and then like I don't know, I didn't say it. Have everyone remember the Sonic 2 Game Gear version, Bad Ending where Tails dies? No, honestly, I was lying earlier when I pretended to. Galaxy Wolf just beat Tears of the Kingdom. That's pretty cool. Yes, we're playing on a kettle. That's how we do it here at the Flightship. So we're back at kart race. Where we get to try all the fun karts. But before we do that, I want to check up and see if we can buy a theme. You know, because we have to check up on it anyway. So, Congration. Just had to let that sink in. It's true. Galactica did a great achievement this day in history and time. Without their bold sacrifice, we'd all be dead. It's true. Look it up sometime. It says there in the history room books. Without Galactica, we'd be gone. What it says. I don't make the rules. I just read them out in a weird voice. Alright, back to the racing of the karts. It's time for this. I don't know what it's called, honestly, but it's like the special kart. How fast can Sonic fly? The answer is you can't fly. That's the joke. How did I play this one again? I forgot overnight how controls work. What game was this? This is Mario Wonder, right? That's coming out, right? Man, Mario Wonder looks really cool. Unfortunately, I have no money, so you guys are getting kart racing instead. I was actually, if it weren't on the Switch and I didn't have the problem of not being able to easily stream anything that's not on the computer, I was very much would have put Mario Wonder as like the next game to stream, because not only would it be nice as like a thing to like be right after the Sonic, it just looks like a neat game and I'd like an excuse to buy it. Fortunately, I have no money, so without an excuse, I cannot buy it, legally speaking. I could steal it. That's an alternative. It's always possible. It's true. Have you finished up the stages A ranks? Or is fancy to change of pace? We also have been a wait to drive by. Yes, it took, we finished that up on stream 32. We finished the A ranks on stream 32. The final A ranks. We're gonna win? I would say this thing is crazy, right? Like, it's so fast. I think it has low acceleration, but like, this feels fun. Kudos to them for making the unlockable cars so fun. This is what you get for like, this is what you get for I think completing every level, every Sonic, every mission. Yeah, it's what you get for completing every mission, and I think the significantly less cool thing you get is for getting all the A ranks as a character. You get like a secret skin in 2-player mode, which isn't as cool. But this is like different. These have like wacky stats and wacky appearances. It's really fun. Anyways, back to Tails' death. Yeah, we all know about Tails' death. You don't have to circle back to this. No, you're playing Sonic Superstars. That's true. That's what this is. I still need to continue through Odyssey, let alone Wonder. Maybe I'll get it. I will say Odyssey and Wonder look pretty different, so you might be safe. You probably don't need to experience all the Mario games in chronological order. Wonder what happened to that Sonic. He must be super uber mega distressed. That was one of the transitions of all time. I mean, yeah. It would be pretty sad. Depends on how well adjusted Sonic is before this happens, right? Like, if he can, like, process that grief correctly, or if he completely and utterly loses it. Alright, the boost pads make this thing so overpowered, right? I say as I slam into a wall. But that's the thing, a boost pad pretty much gets you up to speed instantly. And this is like one where they go crazy on boost pads. So I'll just be like cruising along and just be like boost pad, and then like I'll make up the distance in like none of the time. I'm pretty sure. Oh, unfortunately drifting is horribly hard with this thing though. I might have overestimated my ability to do this, considering how far back we are. Yeah. This guy's tricky. You need to start turning so early. And you need to never let go of that drift. You need to never stop drifting. But if you do those things, you become completely unstoppable as you barrel down the track. Oh, and someone overtook me. I'm just an idiot. I know drifting is slow, but this is the fastest kart. And I feel like I'm racing down this highway. Alright, that didn't go well. We got hit by the thing. And the low acceleration is pretty bad. Maybe the drifting just really slows you down a lot. And so when you do it constantly, and cause this has slow acceleration, it just there must be, I do believe there is something that slows you down when you use drifting. But it's really hard to measure that kind of thing. You know. Hope I can just build up some distance. I will say the one thing this really needs from Mario Kart is it desperately needs like a mini map so I can see how far away my competition is. Stupid. Woo! This feels very fast. There's two sounds I do not miss from the screen is the car screeching and cow grunting. Well, you're going to hear a lot of it because an optimal strategy for a lot of cars in this game is just to drift constantly. So you're going to be hearing a lot of car screeching. It would still be slightly uber depressed. I don't know. I mean, it's really sad, right? But like how... Alright. Do we know? It depends on how long it's been, right? Oh yeah, Tom is deleting it. I did delete it. Thank you for that suggestion last time. I have deleted the heart. Uh, it's officially gone. I did it before stream this time. Or well, at least I got rid of it in my elements. So it doesn't block my view anymore. Yeah, thanks. That was really helpful. Because now I don't have to look at it, and that's like the best thing anyone could do for someone. As I think some famous poet once said, the truest expression of love is to get rid of a minor inconvenience for someone. That's not true. I made that up, but that actually is not. That's actually plausible. I could see a poet saying that. I was initially going to say something more intense, or not intense, more ridiculous, and then I just didn't. And I think I could see a poet saying that thing I said. It's possible. It's possible. It's plausible. I haven't had much time to get through in Plocktober activities because I've had a lot of stuff to do for the colleague. For instance, I had to give up a leg, so that was pretty. That was pretty bad. Oh no! All right, luckily we had a boost. Boom. I know that I can't talk too much during the races because like I need to keep my eyes on the road like a good driver, but I can at least ramble. And you know what they say: if I'm rambling, then I'm rambling. You can quote that, by the way. Oh yeah, this car has no troubles with the gravity, or very little troubles with the gravity. Hey, that's clean. Get these chunks of rings. We got another boost. I think this is the easiest one for this one. I don't know why. It's supposed to be expert, but like in a lot of scenarios, I found this course easier. Like, I think it was a bit of trouble the first time, but once I learned it, like, it's not that tricky. Alright. So, yeah. That's how it goes, you know? You gets it. Alright. I think I get up to too far. This thing is almost too fast, right? Like, I'm so far ahead, right? I'm not even worried about anything else. Like, it's really fun, though. Like, it feels like I've got to go fast. Even faster. Perfect. I'm just ramming into all the walls. Walls don't deserve my respect. I know PS2 owners has made some progress along with Wii U. Could play the Sonic Riders game? Oh, maybe. I don't. Oh, it shows. It shows what cart you used. So that's the hidden Sonic cart. So we could see which cart I'm best at in each course. Yeah. I don't know. I'm probably not gonna play a Sonic game for a while after this, and I don't even know how to emulate things. Pretty much done with this one. No, we're not jumping into a Sonic game after this. I actually have a game. No, stop suggesting more Sonic games. I did enjoy this game, but it's been a lot. We used to have wonder with how intentional we transition between topics. Dang. It's a pretty nice transition. This one... Alright, so this one has a speed of the same as the original Sonic. In fact, other than... This is just a slightly worse original Sonic in terms of stats. But it's also a little Chow and a UFO, so it's pretty nice. lots of points on theming, pretty weak stats. We have a different. I like that. I like the sound of the thing. What did you mean when you claimed me an enigma a few streams or so ago? I don't know. It's some. Do you think I remember what happened a few streams ago? Like, a lot of things have happened since then. It's been weeks. I know enigma means, like... If I called you an enigma, you probably did something I didn't understand. Because an enigma is like something... It's like a mystery, almost. It's hard to explain. It's like... People are enigmas. It's like, kind of means, like, you're mysterious, or... Not like mysterious in, like... Kind of mysterious, or is in like I can't figure you out, and that's like... Alright, sorting through connotations of a word is kind of tricky for me. So trying to explain what an enigma is kind of tricky. But as for what I meant specifically, there's no way I remember. Fair enough. Did you manage to check out Pickard 4 yet? Oh yeah, I got that thing day one I went to Walmart, got the thing day one, and then grinded that thing. I 100%ed that before I went back to college, including all platinums on all of the Bandori battles and all of the challenges. It's a lot of good fun. This is actually the first time I've done a Pikmin blind, because I watched people play the other three before playing it myself. This is the first time I actually got to experience it in blind, and it was really cool. Said to wait. Despite that, it's not a top time. Yeah. I really like it. I quite like it. It might be recency bias. It might also be because I got to experience it blind, which was not something I got to do with the other ones. Also understood it to indicate something as depth to it or uniqueness. Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. There's a lot of conflicting like connotations, right, with words, but that is true. There's like an element of like there's layers to this. Like you'd have to like dig around. It's not just mysterious as in like there's something you don't know. It's like mysterious as that there's like a lot of digging to find out. Again, it's actually really kind of interesting how connotations are with different words that arguably are like synonyms. And like, well, why would you use one over the other? It's also just a fun word to say. An enigma. Enigma. The fun little word. We're losing. Come on, Chow. I've been relying too much on the booster. I'm used to not doing it, but like we got a really low we got some low stats in this thing, so we gotta not use the booster that much. Oh no, we gotta not use the drifting that much. And I rammed into a wall. And the only scenario where you have to. I really like how it looks when it's like flying. You know, it looks like one of those. It looks like one of those UFO toys. I don't know. Ooh, that might be a run killer. Might be. I'm not sure. Might be. Actually, I'm catching up a little bit. And it'll help that I don't have to really do the next little bit with drifting. Yeah, drifting slows me down a little bit. I'm not sure exactly how much or why, or if maybe I'm announced, or like how it works. Like, I'm not sure if it's continuous or if like I don't know how it works, but it does slow me down, I've noticed. Let's get these rings. Alright, that boost is going to be very helpful a little bit later down the line. Right now. Come on. If I can get... Oh no, I missed the boost! I missed the boost! If I had just gotten that boost, I would have won. Playing Persona 5. Almost at the final boss again. Not gonna spoil much, but stock up for the love of God. Please. Persona 5 World. Wow, you're not playing the original? You're truly missing out on the experience of the game. Actually, I've never played Persona 5. I've watched my sister play Persona 5, though. I need to arrange some Mario Kart with Amber since sometime for this weekend. Probably. Actually, this is a pretty light weekend. It depends on how other things... I have some plans. So basically, someone else was asked, like, hey, you want to, like... Like, some people over at college were like, hey, you want to, like... hang out? Well, they didn't ask me. They asked, like, a big group. And so, depending on how the rest of the group responds, I might be doing that. It also depends on how long it takes to do my homework. I've done a lot of the Monday stuff. But it's very plausible. We'll see. It's probably going to be we'll see how I feel when the time comes thing, but I could definitely see myself doing some good old Mario Kart this... Ooh, wait, did I bring... I have Mario Kart, right? Shoot, I forgot if I brought it to college. I kind of didn't really pay attention to what game I was bringing with me. Hopefully it's not like Puyo Puyo Tetris or something. I used to bring that to college. I don't think so. I haven't done that in a while. But I think I might have just left whatever game was in theirs. It's probably Mario Kart. Mario Kart's my go-to. It would make sense. If Mario Kart... I'll get back to you on that. If Mario Kart's actually in my Switch right now. Because, like, I left all my other Switch stuff at home. I was going to get, like, a case for it, right? Like, I'd asked someone, and they're like, oh, yeah, I'm not using this case. You can have it. And it was a really cool-looking case, too. At least I thought it looked really nice. And then they said they sent it, but it must have gotten lost in the mail, because I never got it. But that's fair. I mean, I was going to get it for free off of someone who just... And I was like, well, I'm not going to, like, ask them and make sure they sent it, because, like, you know, it's... They didn't have to give it to me in the first place. They were just like, hey, I'm not using this. And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll take it. And I didn't want to, like, be like... When you're getting free stuff, you gotta have a sense of grace. I have a family friend named Grace. That was fun. I like doing that. Just jumping up in the air. So this might be a really short stream if the rest of these are easy. Alright, some of these have really wacky things. I'm betting on at least one of these carts being super hard or something. Because otherwise, this stream is going to go on for way less time than I planned. I mean, it took me like 3 hours to beat all of these with every cart. And it's not taking me that long this time. To be fair, this is after all of like 3 hours of practice, you know. Royal's a better version of classic classic Persona 5. I'd believe that. I think Royal is what my sister plays because it's on the Switch. Oh, I hope Royal isn't in there. Actually, no, we'll check. It's stream time. What game's inside? Oh, it's Pikmin 4. Okay, so, sorry. No, it's Pikmin 4. I brought it with me. I finished it before college, and once I got to college, I was pretty busy. So I can't do Mario Kart until Thanksgiving break, which is when I'll go back home and I can reload the much more useful college, the much more useful game to have in college. All right. Oh, we got a record. We got 3rd place with this car. It's nice. I wish they showed more than just the top 3. Because I would love to just be able to see how all of the cars rank. That was so fun. See, it probably doesn't help that I learned a lot of tricks on how to be good at this card game the first time round. Like, the first time around, I really struggled until I learned that, till I learned the, secret that drifting, like, uses up, like, it's bad for speed for some reason. I just noticed I was doing better when I didn't drift as often. So it must do something to your speed. And before that, I was really struggling, and after that, it was just hard. But yeah, I still don't... Well, okay, we're 2 carts in, right? Only half an hour in. Well, you know what? There's other things we can do in this game. Like, grind. There's plenty of other things we can do. Quite a lot, actually. Yeah, sorry about the this game. I wasn't really thinking... Ah, gosh dang, I rammed into a wall and I wasted my boost. That sucks. I'm probably not going to win this one. Well, I don't know. This is a pretty easy course, and it's long, which means there's a lot of chances to catch up. Yeah, my plan like this was... I don't know. So my plan for... So I guess after this is boss rush, right? As well as probably some grinding, right? I want to do some amount of grinding, because... well, no, what is... After this, I guess, is boss rush. We'll just go straight into... Well, we have to get the new theme first. We haven't been able to get it. So I'd say it takes around 10 minutes, right? So we do 1 run of City Escape, because that's where I grind my coins. Then see, then check back with the Chow and see if the options have shifted, because it only randomly appears. And then after that, and then we do that until we have enough money, right? For at least 1 more icon. There are 2 more left, but like... the last one only appears when you... Like, its special appears only when you get all 180 emblems, which... we have a 177 emblems. The very last emblem we need is to play the boss battle. And then the only achievement we have after getting all the emblems should be 2-player mode. And so that's hope. I'm going to try and align that to Thanksgiving, which means, yeah, we still feel a few more streams to go. There might be like a just chatting stream where I grind for coins, just to pad it out a bit, so that we get to Thanksgiving where I can get Galaxy Wolf, get together with Galaxy Wolf and actually do it. Plus, then I don't have to grind on my own. We could make it new theme or bust. That could be like the theme. All right, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. With a squeegee. Oh, stop. All right, Carbine is leaving. That's fair. It's always late for you. It was really nice to see you, though. I'm glad you were around. And I hope you have a good time. Alright, so this one is one that's really going into the acceleration idea. And it has really decent speed. So yeah, let's go for it. In the beginner. I could see this being a top time. Welcome back, Turk. Oh my goodness, we're already... Oh... Like, we're not quite as fast as Sonic, but like, we're really close and we have super fast acceleration. Like, so fast. This one's just easy mode. Remember when someone said Sonic was... Okay. Turk, I believe you have the misconception that I like. You do realize that again, this is like I haven't played a lot of Sonic, right? So like when you say remember when, that's not like something I'll actually remember. You know? So remember when this happened? I was like, no, I wasn't there. I had no investment in this franchise. All I'd played was the Sonic Classic Collection, and at that point I probably hadn't even beaten any Sonic games. Now I've beaten 2 Sonic games, which I believe is Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog and Sonic 1 through the Sonic Classic Collection on Nintendo DS. No, I would not see you later. I will specifically avoid you later out of anger. Sonic is still better than me in the speed department. But I am better than Sonic, I think, in most other... well, in the acceleration, and I am very close to him in speed. It's not like Tails, where, like, he really, really sacrifices speed. It was from a real person, not a game. Yeah, I know. I was in the fandom even less because that just never happened. That one never happened. At least the games are something I did engage with. Not as fast as Sonic, but we're super close. I don't know why you're quoting that. That's a perfectly normal thing to say. Oh, we made a new time. Oh yeah. So I want to know. So, some D&D shenanigans happened between when we streamed and when I streamed. Literally every one of Sonic's buds. Oh, I guess. Does everyone say that? I don't know. I wouldn't know. It makes sense to me. Anyways, more D&D stuff happened. We went to... So, on Sunday, we had something called Co-Game. Which was... Wait, I scratch my nose. It's itchy. Alright. So, we had something called Co-Game. And in Co-Game, the idea is I'm part of a club. It's called Club Campaign. And it's 10 DMs doing separate games in the same world. And co-game happens a quarter of the way through, a half the way through, and a third of the way through, and I think at the end. Basically, there's 4 co-games where it's basically a crossover event. You shuffle all the players with all the DMs, and they each do their own kind of thing. And the fun thing is, these are like little fun adventures, so you can like have a more like a fun offshoot with like some of the other people and to connect things more. But they have real consequences, right? So one of the and some of them even like worked with each other, right? So one of the things in this campaign is a city called Arkfell, and the idea behind Arkfell is that like it's basically like a steampunk kind of city in a medieval fantasy world. Everything in it, like they have cars and stuff and guns, and basically it's apparently a lot of people don't like allowing Artificer as a class because it conflicts a little bit with the fantasy aesthetic. So the solution that the guys came up with is fantasy tech only works when it's close to the Arc Crystal, so it only works in the Arkfell campaign. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. And so for co-game, like one of the co-games was, oh no, the Arkfell crystal, like someone, I think it was Blackout Man shut down the Arkfell crystal. Oh, that was my best time. So yeah, Blackout Man took out the best, like the took out the crystal. So actually, so here's a rundown of the campaigns. There's one in Arkfell, which is petty crimes and larceny or something. And the idea is it's like kind of a mystery. Like there are different vibes to them, but I don't remember what the vibes were. But like it's like a mystery, but like it's not like a full mystery. You're tracking like a thief called the Ace of Spades, and the idea is the Ace of Spades would show up. He was one of those classic people who like announced the crime before they did it, but still no one could catch them, right? And so the idea is go catch them and stuff. So that's and that happens in Arkville, in the tech city where you can use technology. And so that's Arkville, the campaign. There's actually the one I was really considering doing if it wasn't on a Friday, which is like a cave spelunking thing, which is the idea is you're part of a research group expedition that goes down in a cave with a bunch of like weird funny creatures in it. And then part of the advertisement was like, oh yeah, and then they like their own, like there's like its own management system was like added to it, like office management, because you were like employed. So like the idea is when you weren't during session exploring the caves, you'd like have like work. Maybe I'm wrong, but like if the implication was that like you'd go down into like these really caves with wacky creatures, and then you'd also spend time up at the research center, right, like doing workplace shenanigans. I didn't choose that campaign, so maybe that's not how it was like, but that's what the vibe it gave off. And that was like the Delta expedition or something. I'm bad at remembering names. You'll have to forgive me. So that happened. Whoa, you guys are like super behind on my screen. I'll have to look into that. So anyway, we did so Arkfell, and then what happened after Arkfell? I hope connection's not bad, by the way. There's been some issues with the network here at Colleague. It's been having trouble connecting to the wider internet or something. It's weird. Something to do with their firewall. So I really hope that was the most plausible reason for it to be behind, though. Right? Is that like it's done some buffering stuff? I feel like people would have said if buffering stuff was happening. Anyway, so there's the cave exploration. It kind of reminded me of Pikmin 2, honestly. There's the cave exploration. There's the there was the Nomgols, which is like the Mongols but the gnomes, and that's like a battle thing. There's like the Avatar Islands, basically, where like there's an island for each element, and like you were sent there by like the mafia or something, and you had to like do something. I don't remember. I didn't go to these ones. I didn't choose these ones, so it's hard to remember. Oh yeah, now it's time to be the fastest man alive. Oh, I'm just not live. My thing's just not caught up. Never mind. This is the fastest car ever, and it has terrible. All other stats are miserable. Anyway, so like, there's tons of different ones, basically. And so like, oh my goodness. We absolutely cannot afford to straight up slam into a wall. This is insanity. I love this. It's a really stupid thing. Oh, we found the hard... Yeah, we found the hard one. Alright, I'm in first right now. It's all about maintaining it. This is the one where you really can't mess up, or like it's gonna take forever to get back in it. So I was playing Co-Game. So we went to Co-Game, and I was doing a fun little thing. I was wondering what Co-Game to choose to go to, and one of them take place in George Curb's hometown, Bramble Snap, and I was like, oh yeah, we'll go to Bramble Snap. But some of the other Co-Game things were fun. Were really cool ideas too. There was one that was like a time travel mission to go back in time and stop the college football team from losing, because there's a college football tournament as well that people can bet on, and is determined by how people. Basically, every week they have someone play a game. Like I think you could play for different teams, and I think one time they played Connect Four to determine how the football games went. And stuff like that. So like what would happen? So there's like an ongoing football thing going on, a college football tournament going on in this fantasy world. Anyway, so one of them was time travel to stop that, and then one of them was was to stop them from losing so much, and then one of them was like. You know, there's time travel. There was like one that was like going after bread. There was murder llamas, I think, was one of them. And then the one I chose. So there was also there was the blackout at Arkvale. Oh god, that's gonna kill me. There's the Blackout at Arkville, Blackout Man, who was covering Arkville in darkness, and then there was like stop a train robbery, right? And I was just you're supposed to stop a train robbery, but here's the thing: the trains only work in Arkville, right? Or at least there are only trains in Arkville, and this train is like from out of Arkville, and is like heading towards the city. But like because of the blackout caused by Blackout Man, oh my gosh, this card's impossible. Because of the blackout caused by Blackout Man, the Arkville crystal isn't working, and the Arkville crystal is needed to apply the brakes. So the idea was if the people on the train had to try and also stop the train before it rammed into Arkville and blew up like a really big part of like the city. And the idea was, the basic idea, if I remember right, was like, and part of what made this and so like part of the thing is like, it was a crazy kind of thing, but it was also like, so the person who runs, Devin, the person that runs the Arkville campaign, did not want Arkville to blow up, basically. So the way they had it work was, obviously, if the blackout people succeed and stop the blackout before the train hits them, then Arkville doesn't blow up. And if the train people succeed and stop the train, right, then Arkville doesn't get destroyed as well. So like, there were kind of like two fail safes, but it was still cool that it was on the table as like a potential result of what was pretty much like a fun little extra game that that theoretically did not have consequence, right? But it did have consequence, so even though it was really hard to blow up Arkville, honestly, both teams would have to fail. It was like kind of a fun way to have, there could be massive consequences without actually doing the potential for massive consequences. Or without minimizing it. So what I did was, I did a thing called Normal Festival, which was basically a thing that was like, the whole point was, hey, there's a festival at Bramble Snap, Curb's Hometown, and you gotta protect this person, and it's gonna be totally normal, you don't have to worry at all. That was like Normal Festival. That was a great time. We went around the festival, we did like activities at each of like the little pavilions. So that was fun. only bodyguard. It turned out the person we were bodyguarding was creator of the crawling dungeon, which, by the way, or the summoner of the crawling dungeon. So there's another campaign that takes place in a massive crawling dungeon, which crawls through the crawling wastes, which so it's just a massive dungeon that's like on the move within like a massive wasteland. And that's God, that was miserable. I'm failing so badly. So massive crawling dungeon in a massive wasteland called the Crawling Wastes. And the person we were protecting, I think a halfling named or nicknamed Stumpy, was the summoner and the current controller of the crawling dungeon. And so what happens? Which this other campaign is inside of, which is pretty neat, I think. So we find out that, then we keep talking, then we'll try out different things. At some point we meet, so my character's from Bramble Snap, and someone else from the campaign Heroes has their mother from Bramble Snap, and they're like a really powerful hag, which the DM might not have realized when I first was like, oh yeah, this other character's mom lives here, because they kept being like, oh, how dangerous, or like they asked clarifying information, and the information that they got was always super dangerous, do not interact, but they'd already entwined her. So there were two problems. First off, by the time we got messages from the character whose mom it is, there were already messages that were basically like, do not interact with this individual, she's incredibly dangerous, right? But by that point, she'd already been kind of put in the story as an obstacle, because she was... Alright, so first off, we were supposed to get... What the DM expected us to happen would be we would get into a fight, right? With these... As we explored this festival, we'd encounter mercenaries, and we'd get into a fight with them over Stumpy, right? That was the big part of the plan. There was some exploration planned. It was supposed to have some exploration, but there was also definitely supposed to be a big fight component. And what instead happened is we met each person one by one and dealt with them diplomatically, right? So we didn't fight any of them until the very end, when a fight was kind of forced. And even then, because of how well we done at diplomacy, they were all split up, so we didn't have to fight them all at once. They didn't gather together. And one of them was even fell in love with one of our characters and fought on our side. So we ended up having a much easier time in the battle. But because of that, right? So but because we were committed to find the diplomatic option, we were told, all right, this guy's one of the mercenaries was really competitive. So basically, since there isn't really a goal, right? We were just put in the festival and said protect Stumpy. We were just going around finding the individuals, finding the people sent to kill us, and just befriending them. That was what we had decided to do. And so we do that, and then we so we go over to this contest place, and the mother character, Aunt Myrtle, is in the pie baking contest, and so is the other mercenary guy. And what we had heard was that this other mercenary guy was super aggressive, and super aggressive and really competitive. And so we were well, we gotta, if we want to befriend them, we gotta help them win the contest, which meant going up against Myrtle, which we then learned is incredibly dangerous. What would Kirby do? Well, Kirby was trying to Kirby was not interacting, both because Kirby actually had already befriended Aunt Myrtle, and I didn't want to risk that friendship by making Aunt Myrtle mad, and also because they were trying to alert the mayor to the fact that someone in the dance square, like there's another mercenary called Trouble in the Dance Square, like they were playing music that people couldn't stop dancing to and it was making them exhausted. So Kirby was not technically involved in this specific endeavor because they were trying desperately to communicate with the mayor. So do the Kaiohai's. So basically, we've got a situation where the party is like dead set on befriending them. The way to befriend them is to cross out Myrtle, who the DM has just realized, or at least is just starting to realize, is incredibly dangerous. And so, whoa, that's some weird drifting. Thank God we had that boost saved up. Oh, another boost. So, like, it was a really bad situation. And the way they resolved it was... The DM was like, alright, so the mercenaries are hired by someone, right? So instead of taking it out on you guys, Myrtle's going to take it out on the bosses that the mercenaries are hired by. And it's like, alright, so we get to live. And so we got to live. Where? What? I'm so disorientated. And I've just lost the race. Oh man. That was a really good run too. Maybe I can still make it back. It's a long course. Gotta focus now. It's a long course with a lot of opportunities to boost, basically. No! Alright, let's restart it. So alright, we got out of that one, right? Because the DM had Myrtle like angry at the people in charge. So that happened. Trust me, this is all important, like, because this all builds. So our co-game went the longest because our DM was expecting us to get into a big fight instead of befriending everyone. We managed to almost befriend everyone, but eventually they kind of forced a fight. So like, because it accidentally was revealed that they finally got us to fail a roll, where Stumpy was revealed because we had been hiding her, and so we finally failed. I think it was me. I was the one who failed it, and so the fight had begun. And when that was happening, we had one of the characters was running away, and that character can turn invisible, right? So they had an idea, like, was try and become invisible. They can turn invisible if they're in shadows. So like, I need shadows, and then Stumpy was like, oh shoot, I can make shadows if you need them, and they're like, sure, yeah, that'd be great, because then we could hide. And it turns out, when Stumpy, the incredibly powerful sorceress who summoned the crawling dungeon, meant was that they caused a total eclipse, which everyone canonically could, everyone in the continent could it wasn't just like localized. It was like an eclipse across the entirety of the continent, right? So they caused a solar eclipse, but unfortunately that had a problem, right? Because that very obvious magic allowed basically the big bad of Max's the DM, the DM's campaign to locate us, because that was the person who had hired the mercenaries, and because we did that eclipse, they were able to because of that eclipse, they were able to find where Stumpy was, and they only bothered to show up because they were really angry about us sending Myrtle on him. Like they were really angry because that like we basically sent the super powerful Archfey hag, and like basically dumped that on them. So if those two things hadn't happened, that guy would not have gotten evolved or known where to teleport to, basically. And then they managed to charm the guy protecting Stumpy and took Stumpy, which means we failed the mission. We failed the mission, and the bad guys got what they wanted Stumpy for, was so that they could gain control of the crawling dungeon, right? So the crawling dungeon, which had been like stuck in the crawling waste for ages, like it crawls around in the waste, but it always stays in the wastes. Well, now that it was finally under the control of these evil guys because of us. The crawling dungeon was on the move and went to flatten and was coming right towards us. So then we had 15 in real-time minutes to roleplay out evacuating everyone. And we managed to get everyone because Kirby had advantage, because this was Curb's hometown, and because it's Curb, they were obviously friends with a lot of people. So they had advantage on persuasion to get people going, and I got a nat 20 on one of those. So like, and the other people that were helping also did really well. So the evacuation goes super well, so well that it's like this counts as a success. Also, for the mission, like we get the reward for succeeding. Also, because the DM was impressed with our diplomacy skills as well earlier. So this is just a stat increase. It's just a strictly better car. So we get everyone out of the crawling dungeon, right? Out of the way of the crawling dungeon. So our little silly co-game, which was just visit the Harvest Festival, which was supposed to be us fighting off some goon, like us going around this normal Harvest Festival until eventually, we got some goons to fight off, right? And then we'd fight off the goons, and then we'd have succeeded. I don't know if that's exactly how it was supposed to go, but that's like the vibe I got for the original plan, right? And like the mercenaries were a really fun group of characters. It would have been a fun fight. We actually, again, one of the characters fell in love with the character, and another one became really good friends. So like, and actually followed the friends one, followed them back to their main campaign. And that's Humphrey Hidebehind, which is a really fun character that talks like this. It's Humphrey Hidebehind. And they're like, they're not very brave, right? And they're based on the hide behind, like, which is an old lumberjack tale, where they can shift their body to hide behind anything. But they could turn invisible, and they deal a lot of damage. So yeah, anyway, I'm getting off topic. The point is, it was a great time. It was a fun time, and the entirety of Bramblestaff got destroyed. But Curb also saved everyone, and so everyone lived. So it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. Anyways, I dictated that Curb would not get significant trauma from this event, which is good because I think Curb is the only traumaless person in my D&D group, and that's a status I take very important. It's very important. So anyway, we get back from Kogame. And there's a newspaper in the Discord server that like updates people what happened to other people's campaigns, and in that newspaper it's dropped, right? It mentions that Bramblesnap got destroyed, but almost everyone lived, and then it said the crawling dungeon is heading towards Arkfell, and it's gonna be there in 2 weeks. So basically, that whole elaborate setup I was talking about earlier with the train that like meant that like, there's this danger that Arkfell might get destroyed, but 2 groups would have to fail, and that's unlikely, right? So that gets circumvented. I think both groups succeeded their cast, and then our completely unrelated co-game sends the crawling dungeon towards them, potentially dooming the city. If the which I found to be absolutely hilarious. And that's kind of like the end punchline, I think, of the story. Some other stuff happened with D&D, but that's gonna be my end punchline for that little story. Is that we managed in our co-game to cause significantly more damage to Arkfell than the two games that were supposed to be what you had to succeed at to fail Arkfell, or to save Arkfell. So yeah, that's how Curb and the gang unsaved Arkfell. What'd you think of my tale? I noticed no one's been talking during that, and I hope that means that you all were in rapt attention and not that you were really, really bored. But could be either, honestly. I thought it was a good story, but I also ramble a lot, so maybe you. What do you think my D&D shenanigans? God, I suck at this. Well, it's true, Eggman. This is a strictly better cart than what Eggman has, and I'm failing. Eggman's not even, like, hard to do normally. It's a fun cart. It's, like, really bulky, but it's a fun, like, cart kind of thingy. Yeah, every session is a what would Kirby do question, though. I think about it every night and day. No, I think about it all the time. This is that's fair. I'm glad you at least enjoyed my Stormy. I love telling a Stormy. And it was a... Yep, this was a failure. It was a crazy... See, it was a crazy week to play. It's a crazy D&D shenanigans. In what was really not supposed to be crazy D&D shenanigans. That's my stuff. Yeah, that was a long and rambling story. I think we got through like a few cars through it. We got through a few cars. Damn, this is what having 2 hours of sleep can do for your stream. Do not emulate these effects. They are not guaranteed to work. Oh yeah. Alright, it's been a long day, you know. I barely... alright, so actual D&D was yesterday, which is the actual campaign, which is a take it easy campaign, basically, because it was the DM's birthday and we were getting a new group member. So it was a take it easy member. So I get home, so like always, it goes to around midnight. I get home, so I have a thing with my CS class where I can submit my code like once a day, right? And I'm like, oh, right before midnight, I was like, I'll just submit the code right before midnight. So I do that, and it doesn't work as well as I thought, right? I hadn't implemented it entirely. What I was supposed to do, I hadn't finished, right? My idea is, I'll implement it now, I'll get some of the partial points for stuff I have implemented. And I was feeling pretty good. Like I could probably get it done in time. And then like when I ran it, the stuff that I thought I'd already done, that I thought would be already done, so I would get the points for, weren't getting full points, and that freaked me out. And I got really scared. I'm like, what if I run out of time? What if I don't? Like, what if I run out of time and autograder runs and I'm stuck and I have failed it? And so with that backdrop of fear, I decided that the best course of action was to stay up till I finished. But there's a small problem, and that is that I have a big procrastination issue, and this was a pretty scary thing because like for all I knew, I'd like finish the rest of the coding and nothing would work. Because it was unclear if the reason it didn't get full marks was because of something like that like needed to be done in the other parts of the coding, which was possible and actually turned out being the truth, or if it was something I'd screwed up. And so I was pretty scared. I was like, I don't know how much. So I was like, I'll finish the implementation and see if it's because of something I haven't encoded yet, and if then I'll be ready on Saturday. But it's due Monday, and I only get one submit a day, and I don't do work on Fridays very much, so I was like, I use my Thursday. I'll stay up late and use the Friday one, and then I should be ready for Saturday. I was in a bit of a panic, right? But I was also procrastinating, so I didn't start until 2. And then it took around 2 hours, and I implemented something I didn't have to because I read the documentation wrong, so I wasted a lot of time there. And so it was 4 in the morning, like 4:30, I think, even in the morning when did I just crash just from falling from too high? Ugh. Anyway, it's 4 in the morning. It's 4 in the morning, and I am it's 4 in the morning. I'm like be the final boss of Persona 5. Oh, that's good. It's good. I'm glad for you. It's good times. I'm glad you're having fun with that game. I can't wait to get to a car that handles remotely okay again. Oh my god. So yeah, so I was up until like 4 in the morning, 4:30 in the morning, working on this. I'm like, shoot. And so I realized I have a quiz. I had a quiz earlier today. And I'm like, maybe I should have studied for that quiz that's due like today rather than that thing that's due Monday that I was pretty confident about, but just got my confidence slightly shaken by like a test. Maybe I might have overreacted, right? But it's too late. It's too late to study. So I'm like, oh shoot. Okay, so I have a quiz at 9:25. Oh shoot, that's bad. And I don't have any time to study because it's 4:30 in the morning. But I did some study early today, so it should be fine. And I could do some studying right before when I wake up. So I set the alarm, I think for 8. I wake up at... So my alarm's usually set for 7, right? So I set it for 7, actually. I set it initially for 7, right? And so... So I set it for 7. I'm like, alright, I'll wake up at this time. It'll be fine. I'll just wake up and then like... I'll wake up early, and then I stay on my phone until I think it's... And then I just stay on my phone for another couple hours until it's like 6. Because, like, that's how I do to relax before I go to sleep. So now I'm getting 1 hour of sleep. I'm like, no, that's not acceptable. So I switch it over to 8. I'm like, alright, at least we'll stop at 8. So I'll get, like, more than 1 hour. Right? It was a little after a 6 at that point, like 6:10, so not that much more. But, like, you know, it's better than an hour. And I go to bed. And I go to sleep. And then my backup alarm that I keep on my phone goes off at 7. And so I wake up at 7. I'm like, what's that? Oh, it's the backup alarm. So I turn it off, but I know the alarm's going off in an hour. And so, like, I only get, like, fitful half sleep because of, like, that anticipation. So I get, like, a fitful... So I get 1 hour of, like, real sleep, a fitful hour of fitful half sleep. And then... and then, like... So I get that. And then, like... Curse you, Sonic. Yeah, I get an hour of fitful half sleep. And then I'm like, alright, shoot, I'll study for the quiz in the room, in the shower, while I wait for the shower water to heat up. And so I study for the quiz. I look through like the little study guide and try and make sure I remember all those things. There's quite a bit of information I gotta squeeze into my head, and I take too long basically. And now, and basically I take too long, and I'm almost late. Right? I actually have to like. I don't run because I can't run for more than like 2 feet before I get really exhausted and then like die. But I like shuffle jog all the way to the quiz room, so I can just barely get there in time. And I get a couple minutes. I'm a little late, but not late enough. Like basically, I missed 2 minutes, so I have 2 less minutes to do a 20-minute quiz that I cram study for. What is happening? That I cram study for with 1 hour of real sleep and 1 hour of half sleep. And I go and I go through it, and I get to like a short answer, which is worth 4 out of 20 points, and it's a term I've never heard before. It's like define what register means for computer vision. And I was like, what is register? I didn't think this would be like the thing. But I know what the word register means. And I might not remember specific terms, but I remembered concepts from like my studying. So I paired it with a concept that I thought was likely. And I checked later. It turns out I was right. I actually paired it with the right concept. So my educated guess paid off, right? I managed to actually successfully get past that question. And now I think I'm probably gonna get like an 80 on that quiz. So that happens. Then I have to do my do classes, which go till 2. Then I get my food for afterwards. I come back. I catch up on all the Discord messages I haven't finished, and I don't finish that, and I keep doing that. But turns out on Fridays at 5, they run a VR club, and before that I was doing. So I was like, there's a VR club, and I checked it out earlier. But like earlier, I just fell through the floor on that one. Bloody level. Fine, third level. I get you're mad that I told you it would be easy. It didn't mean you have to be hard. So anyway, I get through this quiz. I'm just trying to catch up some of the messages that I haven't read because I've been ignoring them to work on Make and do all the other things. And there's a lot of messages. And so I check up on messages from 2:30 to 5, and it's around 5 when I'm stop doing that because I'm like, well, around now is when they run VR Club. And I'd been asking, oh, can I play this video game? And we didn't. And so 2 weeks ago, I'd asked if we could play this game that I heard called Jet Island. And I was like, can we play that game? And they're like, we don't have that game. And I was like, okay. And it's like, but we could buy the game. And I was like, oh, that's nice. And then the person came up and was like, yeah, but we're like, it's a shortened day, right? The club didn't last as long. I was like, we don't want to like just buy it and then like right before the end of club. So just come back next week. And then next week it rained like really hard. And so I did not come back next week. And so that left this week. And I was like, oh shit, I want to get back on that before someone else. Apparently the club buys whatever games anyone asks for if they have the money for it. And I was like, well, I don't want to miss my spot. So I went to VR Club today. And I went to VR Club. And I played Jet Island. And Jet Island is really fun. I even did a loop-de-loop in Jet Island, like Sonic the Hedgehog's fight. Like Sonic the Hedgehog style. Are you doing Persona 5 Euro time? Thought you just finished that. Thought you just finished that. Anyway, Jet Island is really fun. Like, you get like grappling hooks and jets on your hands. So you use your hands to direct where you, and you're on a hover. So, you know how most VR games are like, try to limit the amount you move and you just teleport everywhere? Jet Island was like, screw that. And instead was like, what if we made a game where, like, so you stand in place and you're on a hoverboard and you fly through the air because you use your momentum to move around with jets on your hands and grappling hooks, and you have to like beat these giant Leviathan space monsters. And it's just a really cool game. A little disorientating, but very cool. A very good sense of style, I think. And it's fun. It's really fun. Like I might be resistant to motion sickness because I didn't get sick. But it's really a quite fascinating experience. It's very cool. So I play like Jet Island, and that brings us to until like 7 o'clock. Then I come back, I eat some food, and then I read the rest of my messages, and then whenever I'd finish messaging a server, I'd add my message where I'd add in my message that like promotes the stream. And I did that right up until the clock said stream time. So that's around, and that's how we got here. And then I told my story that lasted a long time. Oh, and one of the messages I was reading that in the Discord was someone asking, basically I was like, someone had posted a meme that was like, we're calling the PS3 retro just to make you mad. And I was like, well, I think that's retro. It's when the Wii came out, and that's retro. And then they were like, the Wii's not retro. And I was like, huh. So I decided just to post this poll in the chat that it was just like, is the Wii retro? With no context, just to see what people would say. And it looks like 80% of you are saying yes. So I'm going to, since I've mentioned it, I've now contaminated the results. So I'm going to end the poll with an 80%. 5 votes. And I believe if that's 5 votes, that's 4 for yes and 1 for no. And so, all of which is to say, I am running. I don't feel tired anymore. I've had a lot of time. As long as I keep talking, I won't feel tired. This is a great life hack. These should attach to all situations. Alright, we get to do the Eggman robot. Finally, this is the best one, visually speaking. So am I retro? No. Actually, this is actually part of the discussion I said. I said, I think of retro as being kind of old, but like with very it has humming noises. Oh, I love that. But still the same screeching sound, despite the fact that it hovers. I said it's like, oh, it means old, but kind of specifically with having to do with like cultural products, right? People aren't retro unless they're like doing it in a retro style, which is harkening back to, again, to that cultural products thing. I think retro can't apply to all things. And I was like, we's 17 years old. That's old enough to be retro. I was like, apparently the official definition is like at least 20 years, so I guess not technically, but like, I have a problem with using official definitions. Is how you get the argument that a hot dog is a sandwich, and like, well, yes, official definitions can be used to like prove that. It's also kind of illustrates the point that language is very subjective, and you can't just like go off of like the raw dictionary. But I could appreciate it in a technical sense. The website I saw it from when I googled how old is retro was like talking about the difference between that and antiques, and I was like, well, if that's a technical thing, that makes sense. And so I was like, sure. But yeah, to me, it means old, which is, how old is kind of a vibes thing. It's kind of hard to say. Which probably is different as you get older and stuff feels less old to you. Because time feels like it's moving faster. Anyway, the point is, retro stuff change, which my definition is something that feels old and is culture, and it has to be cultural in nature. You can't, again, it's not just old. I was trying to like cover like the case of why, because whenever I say it's like old, I want to explain why it's not just old. Because if it was just old, we just use the word old. All right, so saying, in a year you'll be retro. Before, not with that attitude. I mean, you'd have to become a cultural icon in the next. You'd have to become a cultural. I guess it doesn't matter when you become a cultural icon. But we just gotta become a cultural icon, and then you'll have successfully become retro in my eyes. I'm probably not actually, but like, for the sake of argument here, I'll let you have it if that happens. Try to be lenient. This is the best car. I'm not gonna lie. Even though this car race is a... Oh, I had a joke. Yeah, even though this car race is like... You know my favorite part of the Odyssey? My favorite part of the Odyssey is the part where Odysseus is like face down like a Cyclops. And the Cyclops asks for this name, and the crafty Odysseus comes up with the perfect answer to fool the Cyclops. And Odysseus answers, I'm the guy who enjoys the kart racing part of Sonic Adventure 2 the most. And thus, when the Cyclops tells his friends, like, so Odysseus says he's the guy who like thinks that's the best part of the game, basically. And so that like the kart race is the best part of Sonic Adventure 2. I didn't say it right the first time, and now I'm just repeating myself. The point is, the Cyclops goes tells his friends about this, and they're like, silly Cyclops. Like, basically, when Odysseus starts to escape, the Cyclops are like, hey, that guy's escaping. And the Cyclops, all his other Cyclops friends are like, that person doesn't exist. You're going crazy. And then they don't help him. That's my favorite part of Odysseus. So anyway, even though this is in the section of the game that almost zero people have probably even tried, it is still a really fun reward, because look at this little thing. It's so fun. It's so fun. Look at him. I'm talking to it like a dog. That's right. You're a dog. It's not a dog. It's an egg robot. Like I was just carrying a gun, right? You can't use the gun, but you always have the gun out as a reminder that this robot's got a gun. I'm gonna win the race. Not with this gun I found, but it'll be out anyway. It'll just be around. That would have been my best. No, not my best time. I got eliminated in Sonic 3. Oh, I must not get. I did not get far in Sonic 3 because I was a dumb kid who didn't. I got stuck on like all the Sonic games in the Sonic Classic collection. You best not spoil anything. Wait, about what? The Odyssey? I mean, I don't think you cared about the Odyssey. For the neutral, he wields a gun. That's one of my favorite. I knew that was a meme as soon as I heard it in that direct, because I don't know why, one of my favorite little like comedy tropes is just like a gun showing up where it does not like belong. Like it just like I watch a lot of sci-fi fantasy stuff, and like that stuff does not have the vibe of like. It always wants you to deal with the technology it proposes and not guns, unless it's like specifically trying to say something. And so it's always funny to me whenever a gun just shows up, like just that like. So like it's Smash Bros. You got energy weapons. You got like, but like, and then it's just like for his neutral special, he wields a gun. I also love when it's matter of fact, right? Like it's just a matter of fact. Yeah, it's a gun now. Like the. I just really love that that clip, and I was already like, people have got to have. And I knew people would. I was very happy to find that people had already memed the heck of it out of it by the time the direct was over. Oh, you're talking about Persona 5 Royal Turkey. I won't, but if you want to know how to access it, I'll tell you. No. Oh, that makes way more sense than the Odyssey. It's a bit too late to not spoil Sonic Adventure 2, so like that was also off the table. And spoilers, you get this egg robot, and that's the best thing in the game. So yeah. Yeah. This guy's great, though. So many ramblings. So little time. It's also pretty decently stat, so if even I do something like that, I'm usually fine, mostly. Yeah, I got my boost back right away. That's always good. I have a friend I'm chatting with sometime. I have a friend I'm chatting with about Persona 5 Royal. I ask him for small hints sometimes, but I'm very particular about spoilers. Luckily, I don't know anything about Persona 5, except that there's a gun. And I think robots. Oh, this thing. And there's a really hard robot boss that Naomi got stuck on for a really long time, and I helped out with that. Oh, and apparently, like, there's, like, two folks that are gay for each other, so I learned that from Naomi, too. I trust that she knows what she's talking about. Oh, hi, Fiona. You missed my extremely long ramble about what happened during D&D. Like, I know you probably don't want to do this because, like, you have other things to do, but if you have the time, you really should go back and listen to that, because maybe I'll just call you and tell you about it. Turks saying the robot boss sucks, so yeah, I can guarantee there is a robot, and it's hard. And that's all the information I know. Oh, and gay. There were some gay characters. I knew their names at one point because I watched some cutscenes with Naomi, and then I forgot them because I don't have a lot of brain space in my head for Persona 5 Royal, unfortunately. I mean, I'd love to tell you it, Fiona, but it was really long. And everyone here's already heard it. Here's the deal. You know what? I'll call you later, and it'll be more fun if I get to hear your reactions. Oh yeah, let's actually review how we do. Philip, remember when I played through Luigi's Mansion and chatted? It's like that. All right, actually, I'm trying to remember this. When did you play through Luigi's Mansion and chatted? Oh, wait. No, you sent me... Yeah, I kind of remember this now. I'm coming back. You texted me. It's kind of like the Tori 3D thing, except I actually helped with the Luigi's Mansion slightly. I remember that. It took me a bit, though. I had to, like, reset my brain. Yusuke is acceptable, true. I am going to trust you on that. I don't know... Yeah, I don't remember any of the characters. It was like a detective character was the one that Naomi told me was gay, and I believe because vibes-wise, I think it played out. I think it checked the box. What was swear to say something that has 0 blind points, but it's just a single way that made me realize something? Probably. That kind of sounds like the thing that would be a really big spoiler. Like one of those mood board that's like, wow, secret coded for only the people that know. If you know, you know. And like, yeah, I don't think that one's not great. I felt okay with it. And I don't know if you're talking to Turkey or me. I figured since I don't know anything and I'm literally going off of my sister's like head canons about character sexualities and one like I just figured my spotty memory didn't actually hold anything. But I've already said all the things, so that doesn't matter. No, it's not going to be an actual. Yeah, I don't know anything about that game. I hope you have fun. It looked fun. I never got to play it. I just did. No, I did a round of triangle strategy. That was fun. I was like, oh, I could do this, and then I failed miserably all three times. But were you there for triangle strategy? No, that's a different time. That's gotta be. Anyway, the point is I'm stalling because we actually finished everything. Here, so in the beginner's course, we did the best with Eggman's hidden cart, second best with Shadow's hidden cart, and third best with the Egg Robot. In the standard court, we did first the best with the Knuckles hidden cart, second best with the Eggman hidden cart, or with the I guess this is the Rouge hidden cart, the Eggbot, and we did third best with just Sonic's Shadow's normal cart, and then here here for the expert race we did first best with Eggman, normal carts, second best with the hidden Sonic cart, and third best with the Eggman robot. And of course, obviously, as you can see, the Eggman robot got onto the leaderboard all three times and is the only person to do so, as they should. Actually, wait a second. Hidden, not hidden, not hidden. Yeah, the Eggman robot is the only one to get on multiple leaderboards, and it got on all three. That's fun. I love the Eggman robot. Anyway, now that we've finished Kart Race completely and utterly in kind of less time than I thought we would, it's 100% time to let's get some grinding in. We gotta change themes, and that means we do have to do a bit of grinding because we have to grind time because the shop resets every once in a while. So we're gonna have to grind some time and try and get that thing. Maybe it'll just be here, and then we won't have to. We have to reveal what the next thing is. No. It's like a 1 in 10 chance, so it's not super likely, but I still feel. Have we done this 10 times yet? Can I start complaining that we're unlucky yet? Or is this normal? Yes, Fiona, yeah, I hope you're doing well. You mentioned you did not remember the time I was talking about. You don't remember me talking. You don't remember me talking about. What was it? 07 Avenue. My first year at IMSA, we did like a jazz theme, and it was super cool. The reason I think it was you I talked to about it is because I remember talking about it, and then talking about stylistic wise, and then talking about how that meant the bow tie. That's where I learned that I could just leave my bow tie untied, and it was like a legitimate style. Because that's the style we did for those jazz musicians, for that little talent show thing we did. I realized I'm supposed to do the Chow version. I'm getting rid of you soon, Oma Chow. Is it Ona Chow? Great, I forgot what the name is. Oh, hi, Lily. I'm talking about my experiences in high school now. So I just thought, Fiona, that it was you that I was talking to, because I don't know who else I'd be talking to about like IMSA stuff, and I remember talking about that with the bow ties. Talking about it, and then talking about how that was when I learned I could do a bow tie. Omocha, yeah. Because it's a legitimate style to just just leave it untied. I'm just doing terrible. I know we've talked about. I know that we talked about photos and also about '07 talent show. So it must have been you. I don't know anyone else it could have been. I don't remember the specific thing. I guess my brain is kind of weird. I remember specific things. Yeah. I was just excited. I just thinking about it and I was excited about it because I realized that you would actually, before I told you about this, and possibly even before we became friends, you actually would have seen this. You actually would have seen an example of this. Yeah, so I realized that that's true. And I'm going to not tell you what that is because I plan on calling you later because at this point I need to ramble to you about D&D anyway. Actually, since we are... Okay, so... I'm working this through, right? I'm not sure how... So we kind of did all the stuff I wanted to do today. And now we're just kind of like doing extra stuff. So, let's draft up a plan. Fiona, how long are you going to be... When I was seeing this, dang, you're not going to know until... I want to hear your reaction to it. And I can't do that right here. Anyway, so the idea is... Here's my plan. We're going to restart that whole thing. Luckily, I didn't do multiple runs at that point. Well, that would have been soul crushing. So the idea is pretty simple. I want to know how long you're going to stay awake, Fiona, because if you stay awake just a little longer, I'll probably end stream soon enough. As soon as I get the next theme. This next theme will be like... Because that'd be cool. Right? So basically, as soon as I get the next theme, right? I'm going to... which we have to basically wait for the chop to time out. And as soon as I get the next theme, I'll stop grinding and I'll probably do a little outro to the end of the stream. Like it'll be a reveal because I haven't told people what the next theme is, even though I know what it is. And then next stream we'll do bosses, which will probably take multiple streams. And the hope is that I can, and then if I need to, I'll do additional grinding streams to get me to Thanksgiving break, where I can end this off, finishing the last achievement by going with Galaxy Wolf and playing and doing a thing where we do all the 2-player stuff. Night Watch really starts. Oh, should you have Night Watch? Forgot you did that now. But I could probably leave early if I really want to. Okay, wait, no. We're at 10:38, so if we start... I hate this stupid trolley glitch. Alright, I'm thinking. That means you probably... So you... Wait, are you proposing... What are you proposing here? Are you saying that it's unlikely we'll have time to call tonight? So you'd leave early to call me. Okay, but like early as in like 2 o'clock? Because I'm okay with continuing a call to 2, but starting a call at 2? I really was hoping to get better at my sleep schedule this week. And then I pulled a 1-hour sleep night and it all fell apart as it usually does anyway. But, you know, I was trying. Getting a "you tried" of participation. I have no idea what I'm proposing. To be fair, that is what usually happens on this channel. Okay. What I was proposing, because I forgot you had Night Watch, was, since I had finished all the stuff I was supposed to do for the stream, and I need to drag it out till... I kind of need to drag this out till Thanksgiving break. I was like, oh, well, I'll just end early at probably around 11 or so. And I'd call. That was the idea. That was the simple plan. Scared how I took it, didn't I? Possibly. I don't know, honestly. It's kind of hard to tell over text. he did kind of like, his last message was, okay, I'm sorry. And I get I don't really blame you because I do get like the idea of like, oh, we're dancing close to the spoilers when you just kind of want it to not be anywhere near the spoilers. And I really am sorry if I danced too close to the spoilers. I didn't really think I could dance towards spoilers because I don't know anything. But I'm sorry if that caused you stress. So I understand why you'd want to convey urgency, and it was technically a second request anyway. But it's possible. I mean, Turk's a bit. No, I understand. I get it. It's just. I mean, it is Turkey, and Turkey is kind. I get the feeling that Turkey it isn't. I don't know. I mean, Turk's a regular. Like he comes to a lot of our stuff, so I have at least somewhat of a character read on him, and it does a little bit seem like the kind of thing he might do. He also does just leave sometimes. Unlike the rest of us, he decided for some reason that watching a stream doesn't mean you're physically glued to it and have to pay attention every second. A grave disrespect to me as the streamer. So like he does just leave. He might come back, but his last message was something along the lines. It kind of implied it. It's yeah. Thanks. Okay, sorry. Look. All right. Shoot. Oh, so you could leave it. All right. So if you're saying they could leave on midnight, so that would put our plan in action. Or our plaction. It could be a while. I don't actually know how long it takes to do this. I think so, though most of my reading social aren't that accurate, especially during a group chat. I'm not paying attention. I'm not getting any of these rings. Oh yeah, I think I got them. Oh, ooh, that was a close one. Magnet Shield was in real danger. As my supposed to tell you safely, I just scared someone away. Okay, scared away is a okay. Try not to beat yourself up about it. I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that bad. I think it's probably right. I don't think it's that bad. I mean, I know Turk's Discord. I can DM them about this if you want me to like convey like an apology or something. But I really don't think it's that bad, right? Considering Turk's also the kind of person who does sometimes just leave during stream and then come back, and like when I think of a safe space violation, it's not usually about like spoilers, right? I don't think it's that bad of a infraction. So I really don't think you have to worry about it that much. Well, I mean, you can worry about it as much as you want. I just don't want you to like beat yourself up over something that might. I don't want you to beat yourself up over it. I'm worried about that. And like, because that would be bad. And I don't want you to feel too bad about it because I don't really. I don't know. It's hard to. I don't know. Yeah, you get the idea. All right. Okay. Yeah. I'll message Turk about it on Twitter unless you tell me not to right now. And by right now I mean before stream ends. Obviously I'm not going to do it until after stream ends. Yeah, if you don't want me to do message Turk, I will, but I'll try and talk to him to see if I'll just be like, the moderator feels bad and I didn't mean to do that if we did. And that'll probably smooth things over pretty nicely. I don't think. I'd be quite surprised if this became anything more than that. Come on. I'm touching it. It's like, well, I'm not going nuts, right? I'm touching the thing. Come on. Yeah. You're welcome. I just know. I just did. Yeah. Yeah. We have 22,376 rings. By the way, when I mentioned grinding, we need to get up to 50,000. And that was 800 we just got in that run. But that was probably enough time for the thing to reset. So we're saying they can be done by 12. I mean, we can always call tomorrow if like that's inconvenient. I don't want to be inconveniencing you, but yeah, no. I would like to talk to you relatively soon, and I've got conversation topics, but we could call like Saturday. How about we just gonna call Saturday? It feels like I don't want to distract you from Night Watch, and arguably speaking, I have slept in the last 24 hours. It was just like not great sleep, you know? It wasn't award-winning sleep that I've had. You know, whenever it gets to these like probability things where it's like, oh, there's a 10% chance, I'm always like, oh god, am I failing because there's only a 10% chance I succeed, or am I failing because I've missed something and I'm doing it wrong and I'm wasting a huge amount of time? And I guess I need to grind anyway, so unless I'm really missing it, I'm not truly wasting my time. Well, you can see how I'd always be concerned about it. Dang it, that was almost like an almost perfect run. Probably leave anywhere from 3 to 9. Are you sure? I mean, Also, it's clearly fine to be away from Night Watch. It happens for 4 hours twice a week. It's clearly optional. It's 100% fine. Alright, Yeah, sure. Alright. Then we can talk Night then. See, this is how bad Fiona wants to know where the bow tie example is from. Just official clear, yeah, I'm sure it's fine. Yeah, just tell that to the Night Watch and they'll let you go early. No, I'm kidding, don't do that. Yeah. I think I've become looser on like I get clamming up when I talk about anything that's slightly personal. I think I've become looser-lipped on stream, partially because of the D&D group, where stuff gets wild. I think it's making me like looser-lipped in general about what like I say. It's true. You burn with curiosity, like. But I'm like, because if you don't know, I have a lot of shame. Yay, shame. Shame is bad. Don't yay for the shame. So, and I'm feeling it let up a little wet recently because of the D&D. And that's like permeated out to other things too, like here, I think. Come on, get in there, get up, get. Oh, what was that about 1 hour? Not 1-ish hour of sleep. You gotta add the ish or it's not fair. So what happened? Oh yeah. Oh right, I did a big long ramble about what I did, of what I've been up to for the last couple of rounds, because basically I got like, I was out into a 4 working on something I didn't need to work on, but because I had I'm allowed to autograde once per week, right? And that does weird things to my head. It makes me stressed because I'm worried about wasting an autograder run, and like, because each autograder run is an ability, because there's feedback on the autograder. And so each autograder run is a chance to know, oh, I finished it and never have to worry about it again. Or B, I get some information that can help me debug, right? Other things about the autograder that are nice to know, by the way, is that the autograder is for my use only. They actually run it through the grader again. Like, so I don't have to, like, it's not if those, as long as I get submitted through the deadline, they'll run the latest version. But autograder is specific for my benefit, so it's not like I would literally run out of the ability to submit the assignment. I just have run out of the ability to check that it was 100% before they ran their autograder. And that stressed me out as possibilities, so I stayed up really late last night. And turns out I was overreacting. The issue wasn't really... Turns out I was overreacting. So basically, I had partially implemented the function, or what I had to do. And then the part that I had implemented, it was unclear whether it didn't get as much points as I thought it would. And it was unclear if that was because of the stuff I hadn't implemented yet, or if it was because I had somehow messed up. And that scared me. And so I was like, oh shoot. And I'm already kind of running late. I didn't get any Monday or Tuesday autograder work in. So I was nervous. So I was like, I'll just stay up. And then I did stay up. I'm just telling the story again. The point is, I overreacted. Because it turns out it was, like, I got full marks. I don't even have to go back to the assignment now. Turns out it was just something I hadn't implemented. And now I'm up at 4. I realize I have a quiz the next night. Realize I might have not allocated my time correctly. Then allocate my time even worse as I do my thing where I look at stuff before bed on the internet, because otherwise... I mean, I've tried to wean off that habit so many times, it never works. Anyway, the point is, I do that. It doesn't... And it basically brings me up to, like, when I only have 1 hour of... Like, it brings me up to 6 o'clock. I'm like, alright, the quiz is at 9:25. I'm like, alright, I'm going to switch my alarm so it's no longer 7, because 1 hour of sleep is not enough. But I forgot to switch up my backup alarm that I always keep on my phone. And so, because I forgot to switch up my backup alarm, I did wake up at 7, and then got another hour of fitful half sleep as I waited for my other alarm to go off. Because, you know, once you're expecting the alarm to go off, it makes it harder to sleep again. So that's why I mean around 1 hour of sleep. It's not really 1 hour of sleep, because I had some fitful half sleep. But that's the sleep thing. Succinctly explained. No tangents whatsoever. And you can't prove otherwise. Unless you look back at the footage, because that would prove it otherwise really easily, actually. I hate cars. That's hard. It's not that bad. I'll be fine. I'm more awake than I was last time, right? Now, granted, that was because the last time I was trying a somewhat frustrating car challenge, and everyone had left really early. So, I say left really early. It just wasn't talking to me, which meant that I wasn't getting the feedback I needed to, like, stay awake. Having a conversation really helps. I feel like I've slept perfectly fine. I didn't, but, like, you know, I feel like it. And that was one of the other reasons, right? I was like, maybe so when I was saying earlier, right, so yeah. Cause, like, I mean, like... Well, yeah, I'm pretty fine. I think I'm doing okay. And am I doing the best? No, but because I panicked, I did get a lot of homework done. Are rings still coming after me? I don't think so. There's no evidence if you ignore all the evidence. Okay, wait just a second. I'm not ignoring all the evidence. The feeling that you're fine is maybe a bad sign. I really enjoyed playing Reed's match while chatting with you, by the way. Oh yeah, thanks. Yeah, it was fun. I've enjoyed more recently getting like little message updates about you playing like Tori 3D. Now I'm probably not gonna go. One reason I resist going back to Toy 3D is all I remember. The thing that I think of first when I think of that game is just playing in near silence, completely failing to entertain anyone while struggling over that S rank, which, you know, makes it a little bit hard. It might explain why I'm a little resistant to going back to it, but it was really fun hearing about it through the text. Maybe just worrying and tend to do that. On the one hand, I would love to say you're just worrying. On the other hand, I am pushing the limits a little bit. Like, it's not like I'm just being like, yeah, I'm healthy. This is a healthy thing. Right, I will acknowledge, there's probably... Doctors do not recommend getting, like, 1-ish hours of sleep. Yeah, thanks, you are still stuck in the side with the Kyoto jumps. Yeah, I'm worried about what a stream of that would be like. Come on. Oh, come on. Really? Are we unlucky yet? We've got to be unlucky at this point. Unless I'm doing something wrong. Alright. Yeah. It's been fun to hear about, but not encouraging in terms of doing another stream. Plus, especially after I really want something relaxing. Do you guys want to know what my next stream is? Like, I can tell you. I haven't been saying things, but sometimes I think I play coy too much and I just ruin things. Like, I'll be like, I'll finally reveal it, and everyone's like, what are you talking about? And I'll be like, oh. And so I'm trying to get in the practice of not playing coy as much with, like, my secrets. My secrets. It's actually happened in my D&D campaign. Canonically, Curb speaks Deech speech, the language of the Eldritch Gods. Which, by the way, the name of my character is Curb. So Curb is a different person from Kirby, the guy from the franchise. So Curb speaks Deep speech, and that's which is what canonically is what. So Curb's canonically saying things in Deep speech whenever I say Poyo, and then what happened is I just kept finding more people would be like, oh, I knew Deep speech. I should have been able to understand that. And, like, there was apparently, like, 6 people. Okay, one of them used, like, comprehend languages, right? And one of them just joined, so they weren't here. But there are 6 people that understand Curb now, which means I didn't expect that I'd have to actually figure out what Poyo meant, but now I do, and it's made playing the character more interesting, I think. Because I have to try and maintain that jolly Kirby essence while also having Kirby talk. Anyway, I'll be down here my next game. Oh yeah. Next game, I don't know. Well, I'll tell you about when next stream, because that's when I'll know what happens. Yeah, it's a good time. Yeah, so like the normal game, the Thursday game that I played yesterday was literally just, it was the DM's birthday and we were introducing ourselves to a new person and we were literally just strategizing for the next session. Where we're gonna split the party, baby. Because we were like, who do you want to save? This guy or this guy? And we were like asking questions and it's like, you'll be able to save both. But the recovery, but obviously the one you do later will be harder. And also, might not recover as much. And so there was a much debate and we eventually decided on, well, we can't have that. And then we're going to split the party so we save both of them. So they can all recover as much as physically possible. So that's the plan for next session. Oh, that's right. My next game. Not everyone cares about your D&D games, Philip. Write that down. I can't. I'm playing the game. And also, I can't keep talking to you, which is me, in the middle of this. People are going to be confused. Nah, that would never happen. Alright, I could be persuaded because I haven't bought it yet, but I'm probably going to be playing Tinykin next. I watched the trailer for it on Steam. It looks really cool. I was thinking about Trombone Champ, but I'm a little nervous about how well a rhythm game would go, especially since my perfectionism combined with a rhythm game that like could be hard, I'm like, I'm not. I want to keep my 100% thing going because that's one of the freeing things about doing Sonic Adventure 2. So I want to keep doing that. So Trombone Champ was out for the idea like, well, that I don't want that to be the right after Sonic Adventure 2 in case it turns out to be another kind of longer one. And I was also considering, and I also heard Pom Pom was longer, and there's like ways to make it harder. And I'm like, oh, if I want to do the harder mode, it was pretty tricky on the normal settings, but like there's also harder settings, and I'm like, eh. So both of those I was worried would be too long. So I was like, you know what, Tinykins, like 12% of people like got all the achievements on Tinykin. That's a lot for that's pretty. I mean, way less than 12% of people got the achievements for this game, and it was like the highest percentage of the games on the docket. So I was like, and I watched the trailer. It was really cool and cute, and it was like a Pikmin thing, but like without the carrying. But like you're still tiny and you still got like an army of people. And I was like, we're gonna play that. Also, never split the party. Ah, but you see, this is the group that also there are 17-ish people in this party. I feel like we can get away with splitting it. I will say, like, there are advantages, but there are also disadvantages to being in such a large party, and I think it's actually going to be a nice kind of break to have a smaller group to do with. Actually, I had a lot of fun. I think that's one of the reasons I had a lot of fun at Co-Game, is because at Co-Game, there was like... My entire life is wasted. Like, at Co-Game, there was like 6 people. And that was so fun. And I love Ace's sessions. I love the game, like playing the game. There are parts, I have like a bit of a love-hate relationship, because on the one hand, I do love it, but on the other hand, it wears me out. Like, we have like 4 hours, and I'm talking with a lot of people, and I kind of have to yell to be heard, and then people have to look at like a text, because there's 6 people that can understand what I'm saying, and I get like, I get like completely, like it actually like knocks me out practically, and by the end I usually feel terrible. But so like, my energy level has struggles keeping up with 17 people, is what I'm saying. It's a really fun time. I wouldn't trade for the world, and with the 17 people there, but done a lot of cool things. But it is something to consider when we're talking about splitting the party. Why can I not get this anymore? Press A on it. I'll go ahead and back up just so I can try this again, because I'm bothered by this. I've missed it like every time so far. Oh, we at least got it that time. Yeah. You see you. Good night. Oh yeah, we'll see you at... Just call me whenever you can get... Here, I'll message you when it's done, because we might actually, we'll go on for a bit longer. I'll message you when I'm done eating. And then if you want, you can abandon Night Watch and come and talk with me. Or you could not. It's not, you don't have to. Anyway, yeah, that's why we're going to split the party. Also, the DM promised that they'd scale the enemies to the amount of people. So, there's also that. I honestly kind of wish they wouldn't scale it, so like we'd have to face the consequences of splitting the party. But also, I can absolutely see why they would do that, and their assurance convinced more people to split the party, so, you know. I just realized I have a full thing of Chow materials, and I don't have to care. Oh, I'm free of Chow things. Obviously, I'm not free in general. Otherwise, I wouldn't still be here, but like... You get the idea. It's nice to be free of Chow things, at least. Also, right now, I'm not tired like I was last stream, where I also slept like 2 or so hours and didn't take a nap. like, I'm around the same level of, like, I'm not tired like I was then, but like my throat's real parched. And that's because I've been talking up a storm. Might be like one of my most talkative streams, which is good. I don't like I try not to mind it too much, but I don't like silence. That's why I really like it when there's a big bunch of chat going, so that I always have something to talk about, so that the silence doesn't get me. Not the silence. The things I hear in the silence. Ooh, spookums, they said. Not realizing the things I hear in the silence are silency. Got 'em. Hate this stupid glitch. If the boss rush takes a long time, at least grinding will probably be a fairly large amount of, I hate... Why? Am I doing it too early or too late? To live and learn. Sing like the few words I know. Oh, also, because I usually sing a song, oh yeah, I tried to endear myself to the new member that was introduced last week. So of course I started by singing All I Want for Christmas Is You. They might hate me now. So tomorrow is the next session is the week before Halloween, and people are talking about wearing costumes. Now I don't have the money or time for costumes, but I do have a spooky song that we all know, and so by Thursday I gotta learn how to memorize Pumpkin Hill. Oh, hi Turk. Yeah, no, it's fine. Don't worry about it. You don't feel too bad about it. Doubt that name on how are you feeling, Turkey? Let's go with that. Wonder what would happen if I just didn't hit any cars. I'm not sure I can with how fast I go. Like, look at that there. I tried and then I hit him. Not good. Okay. Well, ouch. I was kind of didn't expect that. Okay. How? Well, hope you feel better. Galaxy, sorry for chasing you off. There's a... Why is not... I never did that. I mean... Yeah, I'm glad you're back, and we're still doing this. It's still this. Is there anything you want to talk about, or talk about? I'm terrible at this. I'm just gonna play the game and like just read chat in my head for a little bit. Set me free. Sorry, I get really into this song. It's really good. No, I didn't mean to six. No, I need to go back. Oh, thanks. That's the Pumpkin Hill theme. Actually, do you guys want to see me try to memorize Pumpkin Hill theme? Oh, no, we should. No, I'll do it on my own time when I can hear the audio better. Sorry about that, guys. Not gonna lie, I normally sing songs I already know, so I'm a bit nervous about having to try to memorize Pumpkin Hill. But, like, it was the perfect opportunity. I had to do it. Hey, we're making decent progress towards our goals. Select the character. Please. Please have the thing. This is why you should never go to the black market. I mean, like, yeah, it's illegal, but, like, it never gives you what you want. You won't get the good drugs there. Once again, I managed to miss all of those rings. I think I was doing it too earlier. That one might come out of nowhere, but it actually combos really nicely into the like that's a really nice to combo into it. Great, now I'm even defending the random robot placements. I've truly fallen. Still think they're a bad idea, but at least that specific placement isn't terrible if you know about it. That's all I'm giving you, Sonic Adventure 2. Because I've already given you like a lot. Around at the speed of sound. Places to go. Find out. Oh, I can't memorize this song. That'll be kind of productive. That'll take up brain space. I could have gone better. And thus the power of friendship saves the day again. Wow. I wish I had the power of the friendship. Then I'd beat Sonic Adventure 2. Well, now you can have the power of friendship with the new friendship powder, which makes everyone your friend as long as you rub it all over their faces. This is a new product by, I don't know, I guess Elopco would be what people to develop it. It is fit their brand, kind of. So the key I found to like making those jumps is just not to hold any direction on the stick, and you'll automatically just make it. I'm worried about me. What? No, you don't have to worry about me. I'm fine. I am, as they say, always fine. That'll be on the test. Oh, man. Oh, I'm not gonna get that. I never get the 20. That was a miserable skateboard run. Could have been worse, I guess. It's the trolley. What if I just don't hit that trolley? Am I an idiot? If I just dodge the trolley at the end, would that fix my issues? Right, like, will the trolley not, like, activate if I just don't hit that final trolley? Have I just been a moron this entire time? The answer is yes. It's always what I'm doing. Gosh dang it. Hey, we get it. Ba ba da da na 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 na. Do do do. We're getting a lot of rings. It's probably the most rings we've actually gotten in one run. Yeah, we broke 900. I'm not sure if we've done that there before. So you laugh, but like friendship powder is actually really serious, Turk. This stuff's no joke. Follow me, be free, justice and there's something and city. Come on, get me in, let me up. This game sometimes I play this game and it just does this for no reason, and I can't understand why. And I think, oh God, I have to keep doing this. And I do, and it's true. And I've got to live and learn. Mission cleared. Almost at 2,500. We only have 2,500 more to go. Alright, come on, please, 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 please. Yes, let me in. It's true. I don't remember what that's reference to. It's a meme. I remember that. Come on, 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 we're gone. The pan? We got a pan, but not... There's nothing that cost money. I'd start buying them just to hopefully clear something out of the way. I'm collecting a lot of emblems. I've got the emblems. That's not the problem. Let me in. Let me in. Let me in. Let me in. I just can't hold it back anymore. Let me in. Let me in. I don't remember the lyrics anymore. I don't care what you're going to say. Unless the words are you're not letting me in. In which case I'll be really sad. Anyway. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. The summer solid. Gosh dang it. Okay, so running into that random car means that the trolley definitely happened, so, great. I'm escape from the city. Oh yeah. And we missed that one. Great. We're gonna... I just wish I knew about these things earlier, because then I could have started grinding them for him earlier. So watch for glitching you before I hit the trolley. Okay. Still gonna try not to hit the trolley. I think it might help. On the plus side, we're building up a lot of lives. That's not useful for anything, but it was kind of nice. That felt pretty dangerous. What glitches? Oh, when the trolley like gets stuck on my head or something. Really annoying. It never happened in the earlier times, but just started happening. One day it just appeared out of nowhere. No one knows where it had gone. No one knows where it'll... Wait, no one knows where it came from. And no one... Oh, I got the 20. And no one knows where it'll go. And no one knows where it'll come from. Cotton Eye Joe. Those glitches. See, like the car wheels just kind of come up in front. And this... I don't know why. Just in me. Oh, so I'm supposed to press the A button there. First try. Oh yeah. Around at the speed of sound. This is the sound of the pepper. On the side of the hand is one to find out. People this way. I'm riding it backwards, because that's how Sonic does it. Or Sonic rides it backwards, because that's how I do it. Paradox. Level 31. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da. Curse you, cars! Alright, so it's not just the trolley at the end. I guess I could try to avoid all cars, but that would probably get in the way of me getting rings, which is the actual objective. I think we're actually going to get to 999 this time. Oh, wait, maybe not. This is the end, isn't it? Yeah, close though. Real close. Then 25 rings. Well, 24 rings, I guess. Oh, it's begun. Oh, a pivy glitch. Right, yeah. I understand that reference. Barely made it, yeah.
Select a stage.
I think I fixed it.
Select a character.
Please have the thing, I swear. Kennegan, I am going to just straddle someone. Please just have it. I think it's always at the bottom. I no. What if I do this?
Select a stage.
Does that work? Second menu items. Nope, it's the same items. So back to Zidia's game we go. I definitely have enough items. I definitely have it.
A stage.
If it's not there next time, I'm checking to see that I don't already buy it or something. Like, I'm really certain I didn't, but like, I have to know at this point. This doesn't look like the pivot glitches, actually. So now what I do is I just wait for it till I hear the sound effect of hitting the thing. Why are there bottomless pits in this level? Like, that shouldn't really be a thing on the first level. I guess it always is a thing, but you know. Oh, great. Oh, we got them both. That's a good one. Oh yeah, the maximum lives, so I guess it doesn't matter. I love Sonic and bench removal. Wow, it's just because I wish it just unlocked in the shop. Like, I get why they're doing this. But couldn't they just make it unlock in the shop? Right. Like, I know I'd have to grind for this anyway, so like, every run I do here means that the later runs take less. Like, there's one less run I have to do later, but like. I need him to get it. Yes! I did it. It's also discouraging that like it's like I feel like, oh, we're gonna go to 30,000, and I remember we don't. We need like more than that.
Select a character.
I swear to God, if you don't have it, I am going to strangle you. Ah, why? All right, maybe we already have it. We have to check.
Select a stage. Looks like you can change things here. You can change the theme on your menu screen.
Nope, no one's unaccounted for. Alright, time for round 5 million. This game has found one more way to break me. Nope, can't do that. So I'll give it up for Sonic Adventure 2. Have watermelon instead. I can't eat that. It's okay. I'll eat it digitally. This is why I'm a computer science major. I can do things like that. Anyway, as I was saying, let's all give up Sonic Adventure 2 one more round of applause. They did it. They found it. They figured it out. Just one, as I was almost free of this cursed game, they found one last torture method. As I was free of the A-ranks, as I was free of the Chow, as I was almost done with the side modes, they found it. They found another way to just pulverize my face in with a sledgehammer made of sludge, made of compost, which is disgusting. And that's the point. I'm in a sorry shape. And I missed that too, which just sucks, so. Knock, knock. I saw a 2-ton tow truck towing a tall tractor trailer to town. I saw a 2-ton tow truck towing a tall tractor trailer to town. I saw a 2-ton tow truck towing a tall tractor trailer to town. I saw a 2-ton tow truck towing a tall tractor trailer to town. I saw a 2-ton tow truck towing a tall tractor trailer to town. I saw a 2-ton tow truck towing a tall tractor trailer to town. I saw a 2-ton tow truck towing a tall tractor trailer to town. I saw a 2-ton tow truck towing a tall tractor trailer to town. I saw a 2-ton tow truck towing a tall tractor trailer to town. I saw a 2-ton tow truck towing a tall tan tractor trailer to town. I saw a 2-ton tow truck towing a tall tan tractor trailer to town. I saw a 2-ton tow truck towing a tall tan tractor trailer to town. I saw a 2-ton tow truck towing a tall tan tractor trailer to town. I saw a 2-ton tow truck towing a tall tan tractor trailer to town. I saw a 2-ton tow truck towing a tall tan tractor trailer to town. I saw a 2-ton tow truck towing a tall tan tractor trailer to town. I saw a 2-ton tow truck towing a tall tan tractor trailer to town. I know it's just a bit random, but how now if I were you, I could heat in an entire tub of raw cookie dough. Oh, eat! I thought like you said heat and I was like an ice cream bath or something. I was very confused. I probably could. Too much alliteration. Don't know what you're talking about. Cookie dough doesn't actually have a lot of alliteration in it. Pour it down. I saw a 2-ton tow truck towing a tall tan tractor trailer to town, so I tore it down. It's not the original though. The reason I can say that so consistently is because it was on an old record that my father had, or like some kind of like friendly giant thing. And it was like one of the things, so I memorized that. So it's not like I can just do. I'm not like just good at hunters. I already know that one. Our target is secretly designed to get people to do unintentionally swear. Probably not on purpose, but I can see why it would happen a lot. Hi ho, it's Kermit the Frog here. It's me. Wow, this level's gone on quite a long time, oh. This is not Kermit the Frog. Why are there so many songs about rainbows? And what's on the other side? Rainbows are visions, if only illusions. Rainbows have nothing to hide. Oh, we've been told, and some choose to believe it. I know they're wrong, wait and see. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection. The lovers, the dreamers, and me. Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. Dun, 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 dun. Who said that every wish would be heard and answered when wished on the morning star? Somebody thought of that, and someone believed it. Look what it's done so far. What's so amazing that keeps us stargazing? What do we think we might see? Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection. The lovers, the dreamers, and me. All of us under its spell. We know that it's probably magic. Have you been half asleep? And have you heard voices? I've heard them calling my name. Is it the same sound, the sweet sound that calls the young sailor? The voice might be one and the same. I've heard it too many times to ignore it. It's something that I'm supposed to be. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection. The lovers, the dreamers, and me. La da da dee da da do. La da 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 dee da da do. Note: when Philip is late at night and really tired, and singing to comfort themselves. It doesn't have to be good. And no one's allowed to judge me. That's in the rules. I'll add that to the channel rules. If you judge me, I'll cry. Ha 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 ha. I'm tired, but I really, really want to get that bloody theme. If it hasn't generated after this run, I will look into it. Like, at this point, it doesn't feel like, it feels like it's been more than 10 times. I feel like we definitely should have seen it by now. But also, maybe, I mean, it's random. The RNG number can, like, pretty much make it, like, they could screw with us all day. If it wants to. I think this says something. This is like an art piece. What does this tell us about, like, the insanity that our lives are now? Like, just when there's an inherent pointlessness to everything we do. And can we ever overcome that? Sure, we have our silly games, but in the end we're just not getting it. And we bounce and we bounce and we keep trying to. We just never grasp it because the game's collision is coded poorly. Oh, there we go, finally. What's the 1 in 10 for each, 1 in 10 for each theme, and we already got the other theme, and we already got the first theme. The third theme is unlocked after all emblems, and then this one should be unlocked after like 150 or something. Yeah, it should be 1 in 10. Although there's not a lot of information on Sonic Adventure 2. It's kind of hard to tell. Okay, there's gotta be something I'm missing here. Alright, research time. Sonic Adventure 2 menu themes. Probability of not getting the theme 10 times. Probability of not getting the theme 10 times is 34.59%. Have we done it 10 times? Alright, emblems. I don't know how to do the math for any of this. How do I unlock menu themes Sonic Adventure 2 piece? Battle PC. Oh, that had no answers. Great, wonderful. Have it. Maybe it's more rare than I thought. Sonic Adventure. Ooh, black market. I'm gonna check something. Because I hate the fact that there's really no consistent information about stuff like this. Player 2 player battle. Download content. Sorry, we definitely downloaded it. There's 10% chance. Also, it says the Chow thing updates every 3 to 7 minutes, randomly choosing. So maybe we don't need to do the full run. I'd be more skeptical if we didn't get Omochao, right? If we hadn't gotten Omochao, then I'd be like, oh, well, that's probably not even possible. Alright, we are switching over to only doing Escape from the City once. Alright, we're doing normal runs. I did not think it would take this long. Just slightly conflicting information. Some sources are saying I have to connect, like, use the link cable to connect Sonic Advance. Some people, but then which themes that applies to is inconsistent. And then a lot of things are like, oh, you could still get in the Scheme version as long as you have the DLC. So like, it's a bit of a jumbled mess, you know. And then another thing was saying, oh, you don't need Sonic Advance, but if you have Sonic Advance connected, then it'll guarantee that the last theme, like the one that's all emblems, will come. And then one of them was like, oh, you need 2 race emblems, and then it literally said unconfirmed. I'm used to playing Pikmin and Kirby and Mario. Mario has Super Mario Wiki. Kirby has Wik Kirby. Pikmin has Pikipedia. Pikipedia is so in depth, like you can look up what on Pikipedia you can look up exactly what generates on every floor of every cave in that game, along with a bunch of extra side data. Right? Like it's like got like stuff like stuff that's like technical data, like that looks like they might have just ripped it. And then we'll get to Sonic Adventure 2, and I'm like trying to verify basic facts about how this works. Like I still don't know when a ring counts, right? Is it just I have to collect the ring? Do I have to make it to the end of a level with the ring? Like, I couldn't find consistent information on that. Just bizarre. And then weirdly enough, there's like a Chow wiki for Sonic Adventure 2, but not like a main wiki. It's like Chow wiki is a nice resource to have. Like, it's just weird. I'm not used to there being this little documentation about games I play. Because other than that, we're playing like really popular indie games where like you can look up a ton of stuff.
Yes!
Too easy. Piece of cake.
Select a stage. Select a character.
Chow world, it's chow 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 world, chow 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 world, chow world, chow world, chow world, chow 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 world. I don't know if this is even. This hasn't even updated. I'm just gonna try and check back more often because I need to run the dice more often, I think. Tell me when we get. I don't know if you're keeping track, Galacta, but if you are, tell me when we reach like a below a 0.05% chance that like, tell me when our p-value is below 0.05 and we know that like it's really unlikely that probably not using that term right, that it's really unlikely that it's actually a 10% chance. Cause like when you're rolling around at the speed of a sound and you're gonna be there. You're rolling, 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 and you're rolling round. So much of sound, you're just speeding down. Oh yeah, you're rolling and it's a rolling speed of sound. And I took out my headphones because they were hurting me, which is why I'm now singing completely unrelated music. Sorry about that, guys. Hope the experience isn't terrible. As far as I got that, I was using a sound cue for that much time. Playing Sonic 82 is habit forming. Don't turn it off. I like that to not be of habit. Ay, 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 ay. Ba-da-ba, ba-ba-da. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba, ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Ba-da-ba-da-ba. Extra points, y'all can guess what I'm singing at any given moment. It'll usually be really obscure, so you won't get it. Ba-ba-da, da-da-da, da-da-da, ba-ba-da. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da, bum-bum, da-da-ba-da-ba. Ba-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da. Da 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 ba ba da ba da ba da 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 ba da ba ba da ba 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 da ba da ba da ba da ba ba da ba. Yeah, no one's gonna be able to guess that unless Mom's here. $29 runs for a p-value divided of 0.05. How close are we to 29 runs? Because when it's below 0.05, at that point, right? Also, did I use p-value right? Like, what is that how I'm supposed to use it? I don't usually think about that kind of thing. You see, I know you might not know this, but I am an idiot, but like with just enough knowledge that if I might be able to convince other idiots that I know things. I don't know. You see what if?
Piece of cake.
Well, that makes sense, honestly. Who the heck remembers how a p-value works? Like, I have the basic idea. It's like has to do with confidence interval. I knew at several separate points, but at this point, like, it's been a while. That makes sense. This is ridiculous. Rubber bang. Card box in the game. Like, this is nuts. What if I buy like a fruit? If I buy the... Oh, it's 4,000 rings. No. I'm leaving. No, it's 4,000 rings. That would put us back so much. How long it took to grind 4,000 rings? Way too long.
Select a stage.
Yeah, I'm starting to get really concerned about the possibility that it just might not, like... like, it might just, like... it's like... It's so hard to tell if it's actually not doing it right, if we have the probability wrong, or if it's like, are we on the lock? I hate this. Alright, I want to go on with Jolly Rancher, but I have a Jolly Rancher. It's not the same. It's true. I love Jolly Ranchers, but that's probably like the opposite experience. It's practically the exact opposite experience of actually having a watermelon. P-value is the chance that a positive result is due to a random chance. Right. Yeah. There's like several different ways to interpret it. I can see that. I can see the Jolly Ranch is good stress relief. I think that's a Mario Party thing. That's actually one of the first ones I've sung that I actually don't. I'm not super sure on their origin. Most of those were songs that I knew the origin of. Well, I wasn't just didn't have a lot of overlap with the kind of person I think would watch Sonic Adventure 2. When the moon hits the sky, like a great pizza pie. Mi amore. And the troubles are there like a great there is amore. Oh, the it's not words anymore. I don't feel like words anymore, guys. Sonic Adventure really doesn't deserve words. Words go to people that have a soul left in the body.
Too easy. Piece of cake.
It's a bank, a B rank.
Select a stage. Select a
Wish you a Merry Christmas. I wish you a Merry Christmas. I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Oh! We did it! Finally! Oh, thank the Lord! Oh! We need to get 22,000 more rings for the final theme. Yeah, it's Amy's theme. We did it. We did it. It's fine. Yeah.
select a stage.
Shut up, Omichel. They'll never listen to you ever again.
Change things here. You can change the theme on your menu screen.
Alright. Join us next time for battle mode, or the boss battle, or you get the idea. Boss mode. Oh yeah, and thanks for watching. We got a Discord, we got a Twitter. Thanks for sticking with like an hour and a half of grinding, and most importantly, thank you for flying with the Flightship. Oh, it's finally over.